I would like to ask you about your exhibition in Lucio Amelio Gallery in the 70s. In 1975, you presented the Bloody Life photo series.
Yes, we did that. Yeah.
What was it?
Lucio Amelio was an amazing man because he invented the idea of modern art in Naples. Naples was famous for 1,000 things, but not modern art. And he introduced that idea that you could have this wonderful antique city with this great history, with this great Bay of Naples, and modern art. He came to see us in London. We saw him in New York when we had the big retrospective exhibition. He was always with us in some strange, lovely way.
We did the cherry blossom, then the bloody rot, La Vita di Sangue. They were fantastic pieces, quite violent pieces, red and black, that we did at those times. And we did them here in Venice, in Naples.
In 1976, you presented the Red Sculpture performance.
Scultura Rossa.
Could you describe the action? During the performance, could the recorded voice be heard? What did that voice say?
The Red Sculpture is an extraordinary sculpture because the words and the actions together make a meaning. So when it says bloody life, human bondage, and we have a corresponding action to suit that. So we're able to combine movements with words in the most extraordinary way.
Like bloody life in dusty corners, bloody lives in dusty corners. Then we see gone,
dead boards,
gone, gone, gone.
In 1977, you presented the book Dark Shadow.
We had a special presentation of the book, and every cover was hand marbled. Before the book went to the binders, they gave us the sheets of the linen that the book were bound with. And each one we immersed into an oil on water so that you had an emotion of black and red, black and red. And that was to present the contents of the book with the cover, with the outside.
But the content of the book was the whole period that we did from when we managed to get money from selling art, and we started to drink. So the whole book is based on drinking and being drunk and misbehaving, and that's why it's called the Dark Shadow. After all, the Dark Shadow came into us very, very slowly. But I remember when we did the red sculpture, because it was so hot in the room, that everybody, remember that?
Everyone was waving their prayer. And we were dripping.
We had this powder that was red, but the red started to become completely, liquid. So it was dribbling down all the red. Because the red sculpture was for 90 minutes.
So it was a very intense, it was a very emotional thing for the audience, for the people who were watching, not just for us. So you could say that it was us and the people watching together made the meaning. Very intense, very emotional.
I remember when the first time we came here, when we did the Bloody Life piece, Conrad Fischer was here, Gianenzo Spironi was here, and Iliana Sonnenberg was here, and we went all to Capri, and the sea was so rough that one was all white, one was all green.
One was all red.
All vomiting on both sides.
I think as Lucio Amelio, he attracted people. Iliana Sonnenberg came halfway across the world because he was here. Yeah? Everyone wanted to be here because he was here. He made everything here famous for modern art. It was something different and new.
And he was singing for his supper. He was singing all the time. Opera.
He actually sang in opera.
And we know that he was not in order, he was a spy.
He told us that he was a spy. Who had a motor accident, and like some people who have motor accidents, it changes their life. It's an epiphany. He wanted to say, after the crash, I want everything to be different. I want to find a new way in this world we have. And he became an art dealer, and a very, very successful international art dealer. He was famous in London, Paris, New York, everywhere. Everyone in the art world knew Lucio Amelio. He was also very scandalous, of course, but we won't get into details here.
What was the reaction of the Neapolitan public?
I remember when we had the bloody life, there were all these crazy people, all these crazy collectors. One was living in a kind of castle, Il Dentista, and he was running all over the woods, remember, George? All crazy, mad. You know. I think they were all excited about this crazy idea of modern art, that must have been unusual for the local people, and he was able to engage everybody, to make them all excited about modern art and dinners and Capri and singing and
we always had amazing support from this region. Always. To this day. I'm sure when the opening of our exhibitions, there will be people from our past in Naples and new people. We've always enjoyed a great support in general in Italy, but also in Naples.
How did you get in touch with Lucio Amelio, and how do you remember him?
We didn't get in touch with him, he got in touch with us. He contacted us and was enormously enthusiastic, and we knew immediately that there would be a lifelong connection, and in fact there was. We, like everyone in the art world, were deeply, deeply saddened.
The prima donna of Naples.
I remember we had a huge benefit dinner for AIDS in London, and we hired the 2 floors of the most famous restaurant. It was the upstairs and the downstairs, massive dinner with hundreds of people, and Lucio came to that. I remember, and he was.
That's the last time we met him.
I think that probably was the last time we saw him. Yeah.
That was in 87 or 88.
At that time in Naples, did you know artists and art critics?
I remember that we had Cornelis was here. I remember that, and I don't know who else was here. I mean, Gianenzo Speroni was here, and everybody.
He used to come down.
Yes.
I don't remember any particular artist. I must say that. Yeah.
Cornelis
was always very supportive. Yeah.
How was Naples in the 70s?
I mean, for people from Northern Europe or England, or Naples is a legendary place that you just know because there's a picture in a house or a souvenir from Naples, probably from 1890 or 1850. The idea of Naples is a time-honoured legend. Yeah?
We call it the other planet.
The other planet. There is the planet Earth, but there's also the planet Naples. The gallery was in Piazza de Martiri, and we used to walk along through all the public gardens there with the statues. It was very beautiful. And one day we were walking at the Palazzo de Martiri, and there was the actor John Mills.
John Mills,
the actor, yes, was sitting there alone, having a cup of coffee. This world-famous legend from the movie world sitting there. Yeah?
What does it mean to be living sculptors?
To be living sculpture is our way of attempting to enter the life of the viewer so that we can form a human friendship between us and the viewer, an intense personal relationship through art.
It's kind of a journey towards the end. It's actually, we are walking through life, as living sculptors, and we are able to represent a way of thinking through our bigger photo pieces, but we are always the center of our art. It's us moving through life, and confronting life.
So that you can say that traditionally an artist has a sense of development of his style. he starts off as a student, and then you see how the style changes throughout his career. We don't have that. We have the evolution of the human being. Our beliefs are always the same, but we are evolving the same as the viewer. Everyone remembers being a child. Everyone remembers being a teenager. Everyone remembers being in love the first time. Everyone imagines getting the first job, the first idea of having some money and having a flat or a house or traveling. So our evolution is the human evolution, not the stylistic one.
Why art for all?
Art is very important because when we started to be artists, art was for the very few. In 68, what you call in 69, art was for the very few. And we managed to make an art that it speaks to many different people. That's why we have a very big following, because we are able to speak with our art direct to the viewers, to a lot of different people. That's why it is art for all.
And sadly, our world, the world that we know, the international world, is made of barriers. There are the barriers of race, of religion, of culture, and we want to cross those barriers. We would like to make pictures that can go outside of that